I mean, we're talking Tennessee's getting explosive after explosive after explosive. They had the ghost of Jalen Hyatt be a part of this football game, and they still did not win. This was game of the year. Georgia, Tennessee was game of the year. If I were to ask you, hey, both of these teams are going to score over 40, it's going to be a shootout, I guarantee you are telling me Tennessee won this football game. I was so impressed by both of these quarterbacks. Joey Aguilar, of course, had some interceptions, but let's talk about Gunnar Stockton, a guy that a lot of people wrote off as maybe a guy that can throw 200 passing yards here and there. He's going to have to run the ball. He's just going to be a game manager, and that is it. But this is a guy that is just a straight up gamer. And if you don't know what I'm talking about when I use that terminology, I'm sorry, just watch the game and you'll understand. There's no real definition. That guy's just a gamer. He's just going to go make plays. It doesn't matter if they're down 50. It doesn't matter if they're up 10. He's just going to go out there and make plays. And Gunnar Stockton kept making plays. Tennessee comes out firing on all cylinders here. I mean, I thought I was watching a masterclass. And honestly, Bobo, the OC for Georgia, gets a lot of flack. I thought he called a fantastic game. Josh Heupel and their offense. I thought I was watching a masterclass from both offensive coordinators or play callers. It felt like it was always one step ahead of the defense. It always felt like every adjustment that Georgia made, especially early into this game, this Tennessee offense knew exactly when to counter it. Okay, you're going to go to a too high shell. Yeah, we're going to throw things underneath, and you're not going to have enough bodies to cover it. It felt like they were in a perfect flow state. Joey Aguilar was just on time, and it looked like Tennessee was going to blow out Georgia at home because Heupel is a damn wizard. You should not be able to do that on a Kirby Smart defense, and he was doing it. But the difference is Georgia is a team that will not go away. It's in their DNA. This is a program that is wired to not go away in these games, to roll over. We saw it against Alabama. When Alabama punched them in the mouth, Georgia didn't stay away. They ended up taking the lead in that game. Obviously, the Ryan Williams catch, yada, yada, yada. We know that story. That book is closed for 2024. But in 2025, that DNA didn't just disappear. You get Gunnar Stockton, someone that this Georgia team has rallied around. I think going 5 for 5 in the red zone was massive. Taking those opportunities when they did get into those spots, especially when we start talking about the overtime. What looked like a glitch on the Real app, which we're not sponsored, by the way, but Real, pretty damn good app. 50 minutes and 38 seconds of time in possession for Georgia. I mean, we're talking Tennessee's getting explosive after explosive after explosive. They had the ghost of Jalen Hyatt be a part of this football game, and they still did not win because Georgia was able to get almost 200 yards rushing and control the clock and be the more physical team. It was one of those things. This was kind of the script that I saw for the Notre Dame Texas A&M game, not in the exact same sense, but the more that I thought Notre Dame was going to be able to pull off more quality drives, those 7, 8, 9, 10-yard play drives, and the explosives would keep them in the game, but it's not something you can rely on. And Georgia, what was it, a 43-yard field goal away from losing to Tennessee for the first time since 2016. I did not want to mention the kid's name, the kicker. You just have to have that. It's one of those things where it's like you just need to make that kick. Because if you miss it, you open the door for Georgia. You let that door open, and you know what Kirby Smart's going to do. I mentioned the 200 yards rushing. They're going to grind out the rock, and they're going to go get a touchdown, and they're going to win that game. And one of the big questions we talked about on the show was, can Georgia run the football? And I think they emphatically can. This is a Georgia team that is going to find a way to win football games. We saw it against Texas last year. They almost did it against Alabama, and they did it against Tennessee. Talking about soul crushing. Now, I honestly, the biggest takeaway that I have from this game is these are 2 playoff teams. I think I can comfortably say that I was wrong about not Georgia, but Tennessee, because I was still a little bit higher on Georgia. People were a little bit lower because I trusted Kirby Smart could fix the things that were problems in 2024. But I got to give Josh Heupel credit. I got to give Joey Aguilar credit. I got to give like Mike Matthews, everyone on this offense credit, because they have just clicked in a timeline that I did not expect them to be able to click in the fashion that they did. So as much as it's a crushing loss, if you scope the rest of the season, Tennessee, I think, is in a fantastic spot to still make a college football playoff run. I would also like to say Zachariah Branch, that screen pass, NFL draft stock, it's going up. If he could be Arian Smith that can catch a football, maybe run a couple routes here and there. Arian Smith could run a couple routes. I watched him play at the Shrine Bowl, but he couldn't catch a lick. If Zachariah Branch can do that, dude's going to be a problem.